The life lesson that I learned from a tall glass of iced tea. You heard me right. Welcome to Absolutely Right, India's first graphology based leadership show. My name is Aditi Surana. I'm a behavioral analyst, a high performance coach, and an anti anxiety expert. We are in the middle of this special Friday series where I'm going to talk about multiple anecdotes, small stories that stayed with me over the years while talking to my clients, while talking to people around. And I believe in this truly, that we need not make mental fitness, emotional fitness so complicated. It can't be that tough. It needs to be something simple, like the stories that we learned from our grannies or the stories that stayed with us through the picture books that we used to read. It has to be as simple as that. It has to be every day. So this happened many years ago when my sister was still studying in Xavier's and I was working by then. One day I decided to invite her for our sister's date, and I said, let me take her to a nice place, a nice coffee shop called Barista. I knew it was her first visit, so I was all excited. And as she entered, I said, what would you like to order? She looked at the menu and she said, Tai, I have gotten into iced teas nowadays. And you know how all of us have gone through some phases or the other in our teenage. So she was in her iced tea phase. So she ordered the most exquisite iced tea she could think about, something that would blow her mind. And she was all excited. They served it in a beautiful tall glass of iced tea, and she looked at it. She looked very happy. She took first sip, and that didn't impress her at all. Then she tried one more time, and it wasn't impressive at all. I said, what happened? She's like, it's not as sweet as I like it. I'm like, okay, no problem. Let's ask them to get you some sugar syrup. She said, yeah, that would be nice. So the sugar syrup arrived. She added a little bit of it, stirred, and tried one more time. Still disappointed. Added a little bit more. Tried it one more time. Still not happy. Added a lot more this time. Stirred it. Tried it again. And still didn't look very happy. I asked her what happened. She said, I'm so used to my iced tea. I have it twice a day, and this one is nothing like my iced tea. This is like weird. I said, okay, the one which you have in your college. She said, yeah, I really, really like it. I said, are you trying to compare this one with your college iced tea? What if, just what if, you give this iced tea a chance? And she started thinking. She said, yeah, that's true. I'm trying to compare it with the one I really, really like. But this might be different. And I'm trying to make this one taste like the one which I like. When your sister is a coach, you can have a life lesson, a truth bomb coming your way at any given point in time. So you should be prepared. And I think she was prepared, or I believe so. But that's what happened. She looked at it, she paused, and she thought about that whole experience. So many times we get out of a relationship just wanting to be happy with someone else. But when we get into a new relationship, we start comparing this person with our past references. We really want this person to make us happy, but our expectations are set in what we have already experienced in the past. That is applicable to your jobs, your career choices, to your new friendships, pretty much to everything. Now, this is a challenge. If you're really operating from your past references over and over again, you might not give your new opportunity, the new relationship, the new job a complete chance to mesmerize you, to create the magic for you, because all you're trying to do is recreate what you have already experienced, and which doesn't happen. And then you stay disappointed, not because this one is not good enough, but because you are not fully open to it. Like my sister, instead of giving the new iced tea a chance, you keep trying to make it taste like the one which you liked in the past, or the one which you really enjoy in some other place. Now, instead of doing that, if we can drop our ideas, drop our preconceived notions, our expectations, and allow the new thing to surprise you, it might surprise you in ways that you have never ever imagined. Think about it. The best way to introspect on thoughts like these, where you are not fully clear, you do not know exactly what your conclusions are, is the handwritten journaling process. Now, if you have done journaling before, you know how powerful it is. I, however, recommend a 3-step process called grapho journaling, where I ask you a solution oriented question, then you go and do this beautifully calming Kama Sutra stroke practice, and then after having done that, you reach a point where you do the handwritten journaling. This is really interesting. If you want to learn it properly, there is a 21-day anti-anxiety journaling workshop, absolutely free. You can check out the link aditisurana.com/lockdown21. We created it so that people could deal with their anxiety during the lockdown. It's It's a social initiative, so it's free. You can try it out. Absolutely give it a shot and see if it works for you or not. And if you have tried journaling and you say, okay, this is interesting, but I would like to have more mental and emotional tools like this, where I can tweak my perspective and look at the same problem in a new light, then you can check India's first emotional and mental gym called APT. The link is aptforme.com. Check it out, because every week we come up with different methods, different tools, different ways of looking at the same problem. And it's fascinating how much shift people see just within a month. If you want to know about this, you can reach out to my team. You can write to us on our DM on Instagram. My handle is Aditi Surana, ADITISTURANA. If you want me to work with you or your organization, you can know more about that on our website, aditisurana.com. On that note, I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you on Wednesday with one more episode of the Absolutely Right podcast. Till then, happy writing.